Hello, this is Steve Sessions, CEO of the Sessions Group, and this is the third video with Mr. Mike Clayton, who is an expert in real estate property taxes. And so in the second video, Mike, we talked about the appeal process. And so let's take it a little bit step further. So if the owner is not successful on a county level, then what? What happens, and should they just throw up their hands and say, curse the system, or what should they do?
Steve, that's a good question, because we see so often that people file appeals on their own to the county level, or well, first of all to the assessor level, get a letter back that says, hey, you've been denied. They're a little bit frustrated, but they realize that they can file to the County Board of Equalization, but then it's rubber stamped at the County Board of Equalization that they're denied, and you're right, they get frustrated. They feel as though they can't beat the system, and they stop their appeal. And what we say to those property owners is, if you have a valid appeal, and if you look at that particular appeal and your case is strong, you do want to take a look at the third level option in Colorado. And there are a couple of options in Colorado as far as district court or binding arbitration, but frankly, the best option for property owners is the State Board of Assessment Appeals. And sometimes it's a matter of taking a number and standing in line, because it can take 6 months, it can take 9 months, it can take a year or more, which can also be frustrating to taxpayers. But what we say is, hey, if you really feel that the evidence supports a lower value and you weren't heard at those first 2 levels of appeal, file that protective appeal to the State Board of Assessment Appeals and continue your informal negotiations. Because if your case is strong, what generally happens is the county does not want to take the time to further prepare their case and go before the board if they know that the facts are not on their side. And so what we tell most property owners is, take advantage of that third level of appeal, because even though it can be frustrating, even though it can be long, you can get results at the third level, and it doesn't even necessarily mean that you're going to go to hearing. If the evidence supports a good case, the county appraisers will at that level have discussions with you and see if a settlement can be reached.
Wow, that's great to know. So that's the whole appeal process that we've covered here.
Absolutely.
And so it's critical for an owner, okay, to understand these different levels, what they can try to do to reduce their property taxes, and see what their value is, and understand the base year that all these that each what odd year brings about. And so well, this has been great, great information, and thank you so much for your time and expertise. And we will reconvene at another time on further additional in-depth subjects on Colorado property tax. Also, if you have properties in other states, Mike is overall covers all the United States, and he can also be a help to you there. So, Mike, thanks again, and we'll talk soon.
Thanks, Steve. Thanks.